If you think your hometown feels dull and lifeless, let me introduce you to the frigid and desolate Salt's Neck, a place as bleak and unwelcoming as a deserted carnival in the rain. With only 3 episodes remaining in this season of Severance, this installment packed in some monumental twists that could completely alter the trajectory of the show. We're left wondering who truly invented Severance. Was it Cobel or Eagan? And where can I get my hands on some of that mysterious ether? Stick around, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth episode breakdowns. The episode opens with a sweeping shot of Salt's Neck's rocky coastline, an image that mirrors the turbulent state of Harmony Cobel's relationship with her past. The last time we saw Harmony, she had refused a meeting with Helena, Eagan, and the board. Though it was never explicitly stated, the implication was clear. If Harmony entered that building, she might not come out alive. Instead, she chose to make the long journey back to her hometown of Salt's Neck, a return that was foreshadowed a few episodes back. While the exact fictional location of Salt's Neck in the Severance universe is unclear, we do know that the real Salt's Neck exists on the Bonavista Peninsula in Newfoundland, Canada. The parallels between the two are striking. Both were factory towns that suffered economic downturns when the factories shut down, leaving the remaining residents to face hardship. This real-life Bonavista setting serves as an ideal backdrop for the story of Cobel's hometown. From the moment Cobel arrives, her disdain for the place is palpable. She throws away her water bottle without care, highlighting the town's decay and the many residents who seem to be struggling with ether addiction. Salt's Neck was once a thriving hub for an ether factory, the same kind of factory where Keir Eagan allegedly met his wife, Imogen. In episode 105, we saw Bird and her admiring a painting of their courtship, but, as with all things Lumen, appearances are deceiving. According to the Compliance Handbook, Keir and Imogen's union wasn't founded on love, but rather on a spirit of industry. Keir even disturbingly suggested that the highest form of love exists between employer and employee. This revelation suggests a more sinister undertone, where Keir might have used ether as a means to exploit a vulnerable young woman. The show masterfully reveals bits and pieces of Harmony Cobel's backstory while maintaining an air of mystery. What we do know is that Cobel grew up in Salt's Neck with her mother, Charlotte, the same name seen on the breathing tube back in Season 1. Their home is located near the NYN, a peninsula named after Keir's 9 core principles. Also living with them was Sistine Cobel, presumably Harmony's aunt. From a young age, Harmony was forced into child labor at one of the town's factories, where she met Hampton. Their friendship grew until she was sent away to the Myrtle Eagan School for Girls. A look at her yearbook later in the episode reveals that this was just one of many such schools, with other institutions listed, including Providence Gans, the same name as the college where Mark and Gemma taught. The Myrtle Eagan School's most prestigious accolade, the Wintertide Fellowship, was awarded to Harmony for her exceptional academic performance and embodiment of Keir's principles. The award was presented by none other than a young James Eagan, the father of Helena and the current CEO of Lumen. This moment is significant because it hints at a much deeper relationship between James and Harmony, suggesting they may have worked closely together on the Severance project. The episode drops a bombshell. Severance wasn't James Eagan's invention, it was Harmony Cobel's creation. Harmony's reluctance to claim credit for Severance was driven by 2 main reasons. First, she feared being banished, a curious choice of words, as if Lumen had the power to exile her to some unknown place. Second, she believed that Keir's knowledge was communal, that even though she developed Severance, it ultimately belonged to Keir. However, this still doesn't explain why she received no recognition. Cobel has ample reasons to hold a grudge against Lumen. Being forced into child labor, possibly losing her mother to a respiratory illness caused by the ether factory, the town's abandonment when the factory closed, having her invention stolen, and ultimately being fired. Yet, despite all this, she remained loyal to Keir and dedicated years to Lumen. This contradiction suggests a hidden connection, perhaps even a familial tie to the Eagan family. Throughout the episode, Harmony receives phone calls from Devon, who is hoping she might help Mark and gain them access to the Devonar birthing cottages. Devon believes that if they bring Mark to one of these cottages, his Severance chip might activate, allowing them to communicate with his Inni persona. This theory stems from Devon's earlier encounter with Gabiera, who showed no memory of meeting her previously, leading Devon to deduce that Gabby had likely undergone severance to avoid the trauma of childbirth. In the local Dripapot cafe, Harmony observes the town's decline firsthand. Many of the residents are likely former factory workers, including a woman on oxygen, perhaps a victim of the factory's legacy. Lumen's abandonment of the town has left a void, and it's no surprise the community now views the company with disdain. Sistine Cobel, who remains a steadfast Lumen supporter, is now seen as a pariah. Meanwhile, a former co-worker of Harmony's, now a part-time drug dealer, sells ether to the struggling locals. He passes a decaying building where a faded sign still reads Cure Eagan's Lumen Ether, a miracle cure for man, a phrase echoed by Milchick's Latin license plate, Remedium hominibus, meaning cure for man. But what exactly is Lumen trying to cure? A theory from episode 207 suggested that Lumen aims to eliminate all human pain and may be using Miss Casey as a test subject. The potential to switch to one's innie during any painful or traumatic experience, from dental procedures to childbirth, aligns with this idea. Harmony and Liz Hamptons help to retrieve something from Sistine's house without being noticed by Lumen, demonstrating the corporation's far-reaching surveillance. Their interaction hints at a deeper romantic history, emphasized when they share a kiss after inhaling ether. At her old home, Harmony discovers a barren room with only a bizarre plush toy remaining. She also finds relics of her past, including her Wintertide Fellowship Award, which hides critical documents. The episode confirms that Harmony created every aspect of Severance, from the circuit blueprints to the base code. Despite the evidence, Sistine refuses to believe it, showing just how deeply the cult-like loyalty to Lumen runs. The episode concludes with a car approaching in the distance, possibly carrying Drummond or another Lumen operative. Whoever it is, Harmony seems ready to take down Lumen, now fully committed to her cause. When she finally answers Devon's call, she learns that Mark has started the reintegration process and immediately connects the dots to Gabby's involvement. The history between Harmony, James, and Gabby might go back to her time at Lumen headquarters, perhaps even to the development of Severance. There is also a lingering question about the mummified seal seen earlier in the series. The show's creators have promised that all introduced mysteries will eventually be resolved, and with only 2 episodes left, answers are needed soon. The winding road shown in the episode even resembles the wavelengths seen on the reintegration machine, suggesting a deeper symbolism. With so many threads still hanging, the stakes have never been higher. What did you think of this episode? Share your theories in the comments below.